and Kyle from the Bolt Bros are here, guys. Woo! Here for the Week 2 matchup, Monday night.
Let's go.
7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time versus the Raiders.
The Raiders
hate this matchup. But guys, we're here to talk about the whole matchup. We're here to talk about what to look for in this game. We're excited about this one. Big matchup. Another division game too. A lot to look at on this one, guys. So let's just go ahead and get into it, guys.
All right.
Bolt Bros.
Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Sam Kermit here, man. You watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Shout out blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Bolt Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic Supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Hey.
Oh, man. Here we go, guys. Here we go, man. But, whew, Raiders in town. Or actually, I shouldn't say in town. We're in their town.
We in their hood.
Yeah, that's man. Right. And we're in their hood. But, man, this is, I think Raider Week, man. I always think back to Marty Schottenheimer every single time. Just how he emphasizes, you got to beat the Raiders, got to beat the Raiders, got to beat the Raiders. And, you know, I mean, I was thinking last week, I was like, you know, like we could say a lot about that Chiefs win, right? We could talk a lot about that Chiefs win.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like I just want to like say, hey, business as usual. Let's move on to the next game kind of thing. Like it was a big win for us. It was a big win for the division. And now we're going after another division opponent this week, which could put us up quite a bit. So in the division. So this would be great. So Kyle, what's your thoughts from this point, just to get into this, just as a brief, hey, what are you feeling? How you feeling going into week 2?
Let's see. What can I do? Here's a good one. Here's one right here.
Get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah.
Whoa, one of the best scenes in movie history, in my opinion. That was one of the best scenes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm really excited about the Raiders week, because obviously, like, it's a big divisional game for sure, you know. Because we need to give them what they deserve 100%, you know, like we need to show up and show up and
happen.
Give them that, you know, beat down and freaking, because I'm excited about it, because we need to start the season off, you know, freaking hitting the ground running, you know, like just like, because I swear, because we have literally 3 divisional games back to back in a row. And so like we need to set the tone in the AFC West. And we already did with freaking Kansas City by giving them the proper beatdown and humbling them a little bit, which, by the way, I think they may actually end up 2-0 or 0-2.
0-2, yeah.
Because they're playing against the Eagles this week, and so that's going to be exciting. But, you know, I'm excited because I think that, you know, the biggest thing is, too, Brock Bowers is potentially out.
Yep. We'll talk about that here in a bit.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So, you know, let's just get this thing going, man. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I think it's funny because everyone's I've seen a lot of people picking the Raiders. It was weird. Like, at least I saw people on ESPN and saying, "Oh, Raiders going to win." I'm like, what? And I don't see it. They played the Patriots, which I don't think is a good team to begin with anyways. I think they're both going to be mid at best. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Like, let's not sit back and say they're a terrible team. They are a much better team, the Raiders, than they have been in the past, right? So having Pete Carroll there, they're not a speed bump anymore. They're now going to be a respectable organization, which makes me feel sort of sad. I actually kind of like them in a corner, quietly crying that their team is so bad, and unfortunately, they're going to be pretty good in a year or two, I think. So, but my point in saying this though. I do suspect we're one of the matchups everyone keeps talking about is Max Crosby and Pipkins. You're probably going to have Tucker Fisk available, and he'll be on that side, literally double teaming him the entire game. Because even if he tries to stun inside, he's got Mekhi Becton right there, anyways, right? So I'm just saying, like, that'll be an interesting matchup. You just need to eliminate Max Crosby, and then secondarily, I think we got enough weapons their secondary is weak. Like absolutely weak.
About that. Yep.
So like we're gonna carve them up like a Christmas goose, dude. So I'm not too worried about it, right? So anyway, we got a super chat from Aether, let's talk about that. I told you the defense is coming for that ass all season. Oh boy, Aether's spicy today. Okay,
spicy for the morning.
Yeah, no, here we go. Not playing. Don't let Herbie cook. I'm telling you, dude, Herbie's gonna be great. Everyone kept messaging me. If you watch that video about him getting that W, he's healthy. He's got weapons. He's going to be dangerous, and he's going to get the ball out fast. I was a little surprised at how often we played spread. I think we were at 10 personnel a lot. We had 4 wide receivers a lot. So it really shocked me. So I didn't expect that to happen, but we'll see what happens. So
just to build off of your comment, we ran 10 personnel 5 times. All last season, we ran it 0 times. Mm-hmm. What does that tell you? We got talent now at the wide receiver group. We have the ability to spread the ball out a lot more too. So it is really, really cool to see what happens. And I'm very interested to see what this game plan is going to be here, man. But yeah, man, it's an exciting game. It's going to be a good one, man. I hope for a absolute beatdown by the Chargers on the Raiders. That's my hopes of it is. And I think we got a good shot at it all around with this one too. But speaking of beatdowns, remember this infamous beatdown, by the way.
Oh, that clown was around us.
Do you really?
That? Yes, oh no, that guy that got his ass kicked. Do you remember he almost got kicked out? I think it happened before this, and the stupid security guards didn't kick him out. You don't remember him?
Too funny. No, I do not. I don't.
Oh my gosh! Like I thought he was going to try and fight me for a second there, and he literally was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm good, and so he convinced the stupid security guards to not let him get kicked out. And I said, kick him out. Like, get rid of this guy. He's over here fighting people.
Yeah.
I think that fight happened after that whole situation. I think he fought like 3 people.
Yeah, what a nutcase, man. Yeah, dude. This video pops up almost every single time around this time of the year against the Raider game. Yep. So infamous video right there. But what a funny video all around too. But good stuff, man. But yeah, we're excited about this game. This matchup is big. And we're excited about what's going to happen on Monday night. It is a late game. I know there's a lot of viewing parties out there. Chargers, I think, even threw out some viewing parties locally for you guys. I think all the way down to San Diego. Bolt Pride 602 is doing one once again at the Native Wings out in Phoenix on Ray Avenue.
Wiggins
Road, I should say.
Wiggins.
The Wiggins. So I think I will be at that too. Now we got to decide if we're going to do a post-game show after that, because it's going to be really late for everybody. I assume that we'll probably just do it on Tuesday morning or whatnot. But that's something we got to figure out here too, bro. So, but big game. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man.
No, I think bottom line, it's going to be a good game. And again, if we start the season 3-0, what a message to the league that would be, dude.
It'd be like huge.
That would be gigantic. I'm like, oh crap, like we're in real trouble, dude. You know,
and that's the thing. I don't think we've had the 3-0 season for a while. We've been 2-2 a lot, but we haven't, like, that first quarter of the season. We've not, that would be huge, like in just that regard as well, because it had to have been at least 15 years, I would say, like something.
Could go back to the mid 2000s type of era.
I mean,
I'm even thinking about if like Norv Turner era, if there was a 3-0 or anything like that. It's been a while for us. So, hey, you know what? This is a great way to make things happen and shake up this division. To this chart, obviously, it's only week 1. They are putting the Chargers at a pretty high percentage to win the division at 36.8. And I mean, I think that really boils down to you beat the Chiefs. Last year, the Chiefs basically ran the division 6-0. No problem for them at that point. A lot of luck all around too. And maybe that luck has gotten thin at this point for them. Finally, maybe it's ran out. But showing that the Chargers are 36.8% chance of winning the division, and then shows what a division win is all about and how much it could shift so early in the season. Long season ahead, 16 games ahead, guys.
100%, right? And that's and injuries. I mean, knock on wood, please. Let's just not get bit by the injury bug this year, for the love of God. And look, the Chiefs already are, right? And that's affecting them, but we don't care. let them not let them get all beat up. Doesn't matter to me. Anyway, so it's exciting. I think like I said, I think it's going to be a 3-horse race. KC, Broncos, Chargers. I think the Raiders are just going to be they'll be in the basement. So,
yep, absolutely. I mean, I think. I mean, I personally wouldn't sleep on the Broncos. I do think that they got very lucky last week against the Titans. Very, very lucky. Now, we'll see if the Colts are a real team, too, this week, because what they did to the Dolphins last week was pretty incredible to see. So that's going to be an interesting one. That's kind of that teetering game to where it's like, okay, team can be real or team can't be real. So we'll see where it goes with them. But going on here, week 1, guys, once again. But
yeah.
But,
hey.
Well, wait. But this is weird. Why is Buffalo and Baltimore at 90 and 90? That's
playoffs.
Crazy.
You kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. Baltimore lost that game. So why would Baltimore be at that? Like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
So
doesn't make sense. But I think what it is that they're saying, hey, Cincinnati barely squeaked by against the Browns. The Browns are 1.7.
Yes.
I don't know if that's really what they're putting together at this point. I mean, Baltimore and Cincinnati are basically probably I guess Pittsburgh's there too. So yeah, that's an interesting idea, but yeah, that's what it's saying on Sportsline simulation so far. So we'll see.
It might also talk about strength of schedule too.
Strength of schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
That might be part of it.
It's strict. Well, I mean, we have a kind of a difficult schedule this year, though.
That's a good point.
Because we're playing against a lot of the second the second winners, whatever that in their divisions.
Yeah, second place guys. Yeah,
second place guys. But I think it's also just kind of based on trajectory, of like or a scoring, because we beat the Chiefs like first week, and so that gave us probably a couple of extra points there,
Yeah.
And so since they were a Super Bowl team last year and stuff, so power rankings are based on that kind of stuff, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll still say this, and I've said this so many times on our channels, that it takes 5 weeks for a team to really know what they have offensively and defensively. But the difference where the Chargers stand is we already knew what we had to some degree, and we had a lot more time to prepare for week 1. I mean, look at the Hall of Fame game. We had a whole another week of practice. And anyways, I think there's a lot to be said about that. But another super chat from Aether. Here we go.
Hey, let's go.
Ooh, man, here we go. His bold prediction here, too. Bold prediction. Hampton, 3 TDs, 127 yards. Outshine Jeanty. Jeanty didn't have a bad game. Stats on the stats say differently than what was happening in the game. There was a mistake.
Yeah.
Things back. But Ladd, first one to 100 yards for the game. And this season, I should say, too, Chargers 27 13, DJ 2 sacks too. Let's throw it in there. Why not? I'm in.
I'll say this too. The one thing that I noticed last week, the game plan, and I think it was Jesse Minter who talked about this. The plan for the edge rushers was to keep Mahomes in the damn pocket. That was it.
Yep.
Don't let him bounce around, right? Because we know that's what he can do. And he did. He still escaped a few times, right? Yep. But the reality is, I don't think we're going to worry about that as much against Geno Smith. I think we're going to pin our ears back and just try and dry hump him up and down the field, right? I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
100%.
So I do expect some sacks this game. I literally think we're going to just pin our ears back because I don't think their offense is good. Their offensive line is leaky, really
very
not
leaky.
Good.
Very
leaky. And again, the Patriots aren't a very good team. At least I don't expect the Patriots to be a good team this year.
No.
Well, let me rephrase this. They are maybe a good team in that division, but compared to the AFC West, they're not that good of a team, right?
So they ain't ready for the AFC West.
They ain't ready. They ain't ready.
It's called the AFC Best. What are you talking about, guys? Let's go.
I like that. AFC Best. What's up? What's up?
But yeah, it is going to be a good matchup all around too. And I'm very excited about this one. And I think it'd be great to be able to just come out of there with a very, very sure win versus the Raiders too. So one thing I'm just going to throw out here real quick, and I know we already are past the Brazil game and everything too, but I just thought it was interesting to see the PFF rankings of some of the highest graded players. Derwin James basically at 81.3. Dante Jackson 777. He's lucky out there making things happen. Joe Alt 74.4, which was a thing of beauty to watch him just stand up Chris Jones, throwing him around like a rag doll, dude, like just planting his feet in the ground and just holding him up, and he just doesn't even move at all, just stonewalling people here.
100%.
Quentin Johnston, 73.7, Ladd McConkey, 71.3, and Justin Herbert, 84 even. So, hey, they played extremely well in that game. And if that comes out again with this upcoming game, it's going to be a phenomenal game for the Chargers too. So I think Justin Herbert could cook in this game, and I think we'll be able to find a way to basically have a huge game again out of him. So, especially with his legs too.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Joe Alt 74 was a little strange. He had 40 snaps that were pass pro, 0 pressures.
Crazy.
And he was still 74. I guess maybe talking run blocking grades. I don't know. That might
be an overall. Yeah, it's an overall.
Yeah. That might be why it was down. That's why the PF grades are kind of a little weird to me. I'm like, I don't know.
So, I mean, I think his pass grade, I think I saw was 91.2 or something like that.
Okay, yeah. So
way up there.
Yeah. So this is just an overall, like, between different things. So,
see, but go ahead, Kyle.
I was just gonna say, it's like, so I think actually Justin Herbert's gonna get easily an extra 10 points for this thing, because they have a lot of younger cornerbacks that just don't got the experience. Like I don't really know any of their cornerbacks that they got that are actually like big named splashy players or whatever like that. That we don't have any reason to fear any of them. So
yeah. And again, Brock Bowers might be out for this game as well too. We'll probably talk about that a little more later on. But it's weird. It's just really strange to me. Anyways, PFF scores are always a little bit weird, but
very subjective.
I will say this too, though. Like I was happy to see us keep Chris Jones pretty much eliminated, right?
Mm-hmm.
You keep Chris Jones eliminated, do the same thing against Max Crosby. I think you'll be fine, right?
Yep.
So, I think Chris Jones is better than Max Crosby. I mean, you guys can agree or disagree with me on that, but I think if we did it to Chris Jones, I think we can do it to the Raiders, because he's the only guy you worry about. Because Joe Alt's going to be on his own on the left side. You just worry about the right side, you'll be fine. So, anyways, just my take.
I agree.
100%.
I agree. And just to jump over to one other little slide here too, I just thought it was really cool to see this. That video of showing Justin Herbert coming back into the game at halftime, and it looked like it was a Madden simulation. It did not look real at all, and it's the coolest scene there, man. And
that freaking Justin Herbert's aura right there is just on freaking off the charts. That's for sure, man.
It was amazing. Yeah,
100 out of 10 right
video.
there. Yeah,
it was so cool to see that, and I'm sure it was rocking. Whoever was in Brazil, if anybody's in the chat talking about that they've been to Brazil, man, that had to have been such a cool experience to be out there. And it looked amazing from all the videos and everything too. But what a good way to fly home after a victory against the Chiefs. So thing of beauty, man, thing of beauty. But but we could jump in and talk more about the previews, what people are saying about the Chargers, kind of what the positions to watch and everything too. I was thinking about just throwing out real quick, talk about our sponsors here. Why not throw it out there? Knock it out right now, guys. So let's a quick little break here, guys. Have you heard about the Sleeper app? Well, let me tell you all about it. Sleeper is the best way to experience and connect over sports together. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on games in real life with other users. Get the fastest scores, blazing fast news, and alerts right at your fingertips. Play in fantasy leagues and win real money on pick contests, so you can enjoy sports the way they were meant to be, together. Download the #1 sports app today. Plus, you get a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use code BoltBros.
By the way, the Sleeper app is pretty dope. If you guys haven't downloaded it, really, it's so fun. Because we use it for our actual fantasy league. And man, there's some cool features with it. But the poly market feature, I think, is pretty cool, because you could just be a total degen on gamble, on like politics and all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, again, it's a sports channel, but I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I just think it's a pretty sweet app. So, yeah, if you guys haven't, you guys like to gamble.
It's not gambling though, man. It's just predicting picks.
Well, that is true. That is true.
And just putting money on it, So yeah. So
that's all it
predicting picks.
That's right.
Predicting picks is what it is, man.
Brad
But it's good stuff, man.
Sleeper deliver ganja. I wish. You get that sticky, icky.
Wrong app. Wrong app.
Wrong app there, big dog. Wrong app there, big dog.
But yeah, man. But let's jump into the game a bit here and the picks. And it's interesting because Andrew keeps saying that a lot of people out there are choosing the Raiders, and I've seen quite the contrast on that. I mean, just starting with the game preview picks.
Yes.
I mean, it's only MJD that's basically chose the Raiders at this point.
And he's a hater, dude. He's a hater.
I mean, he hates the Chargers. I mean, obviously he played on the Raiders and everything too. I swear he always chooses the Raiders every single time.
Yeah.
But I mean, from even other broader perspectives, I've even seen picks out there where the Chargers are pretty unanimously being chosen to win this one, guys. And so I think it's pretty much, it should be a go on the Chargers. And obviously the Chargers coming off a big high and of beating the Chiefs in Brazil. Now, my biggest concern is that we have basically 10 days to get to this game. And there is kind of a bye week. There's coming off a big win. You could kind of come out a little slow out of the gates. And that's where the Raiders do need to capitalize early. If they want a shot at this one, you got to make the Chargers change their game plan quick. Yeah. So if they have a shot at it, if the Raiders come out and get 2 scores real quick, that could shift the Chargers a little bit on their whole game plan. But I think the Chargers are basically going to be they're going to come out firing once again. I think just like the way they did with Brazil. I think they have a great shot to win this one.
Yeah, I kind of like Adam Stink's pick on this one, at least 10 points. I think we at least win by 10 points. Like, going back to predictions, man, I what is it, a 3-point spread? I literally think it's going to be over 3 points.
Well, actually, so someone told me about that spread stuff. You know, like they always give the home team an extra 3 points.
Yes,
no matter what. So it's really a 6-point spread. 6.5. So we should be able to beat this by at minimum 7 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really agree. But I do wonder. So let me just. I know we're going to talk about the offense too, but one thing I will say is it is interesting to see the Chargers how we're built now. We are built to also pound the rock if we want to just pound it and just chew clock at the end of the game. Or let's say we're up 10 points, we can just Marty ball it. The old school reference. I got my old school shirt on right now too.
Let's go.
But we could run it that way. But man, we ran spread. I was so shocked to see that. And I kept asking myself, why are we running so much spread, right? 4-man, wide receivers. And it's because you want Ladd and you want Keenan Allen on the field. And that's the easiest way of having them out there. And they were open the entire time, guys. Justin Herbert, he was picking. He was like, oh, I'll go to Ladd this time. Okay, I'll go to Keenan Allen this time. They were open the entire time. So if they did that to the Chiefs, I just heaven help the Raiders, dude. It's going to be bad, man. So,
third and Keenan is a real thing. It's been that way for years. And what, and I even said, even on our Roundtables podcast, the AFC West podcast, look, putting both of those guys out there is an absolute matchup nightmare.
Yes,
and I also talked a little bit about Mike Williams retiring and bringing in Keenan Allen kind of was a weird blessing in disguise because it could shape this offense to a different type of offense. You get 2 guys that can be open immediately. You're going to put their cornerback 1 and 2 on these guys.
Oh, look at Pappy.
And it opens Quentin Johnston to have potentially a game like this. Remember this, Raider fans. Last time the Chargers paid a visit to Quentin Johnston went nuclear. 13 catches, 186 yards, 14-point dub. Man, is he going to do it again? I mean, go back to this whole thing. We talked a little bit about some of the defensive backs for the Raiders, and I wrote down, and once again, it's a very subjective on how PFF works. Their Raiders secondary PF ranking wise, Kai Blue Kelly was his first start in his career was last week.
Yep.
And he's been a guy that's kind of been floating around the league for a bit. He had a 65.6 PFF ranking, total ranking, that is. So that's not like it's bad. It's not like it's good. It's not like it's elite or anything like that. But then you go back to Eric Stokes, 48.3. Darnay Holmes, 35.2. And mind you, you look at this as they played the Patriots last week. They went against Drake May.
Yep.
Like, now you're going against Justin Herbert. If the trajectory for Justin Herbert is where it's going, he's going to have a field day with these guys. He's going to eat these dudes up. And obviously we got wide receivers out there that can make it happen. Almost in some way or another, I kind of feel like, why don't we just do a lot of 10 personnel in this game and just let it just go? Like, just let it rip. Let Justin Herbert rip. Let's go. Just let him cook.
Gas him up, but the only worry about that though is again you allow Max Crosby to have some pass rush, and so like, man, look, I'll say this, it will be a good barometer of how good the Chargers are and how bad the Raiders are, or how good the Raiders are, right? We're going to see both sides of that. By the way, I like that score there, Pappy. 31-17. Pappy,
I would love that.
Tell me this, Pappy. Is Pappy right most of the time?
Oh yeah,
I mean, he's like shockingly right.
He is pretty much right.
Happy to Vegas.
Yeah, I think he went 5. He won 5 contests last year of us predicting the games and stuff like that. I was like, what the heck, man? So he is a little bit of a prophet, I think, when it comes to the the Chargers scores. So
prophet Pappy.
When I was at the watch party. Yeah, when I was at the watch party last Friday, I was hanging out next to Pappy watching the game there. He's like, yeah, I think I predicted this score too, dude. And I was like, bro. But I personally, Pappy, I have thrown out there in my head that I think it's going to be a 31 points that the Chargers are going to score on the Raiders in this one. And I think that the 17 will basically be probably they'll have 10 at that point, or possibly some late score type situation. So
junkyards.
It'll be some junkyard type situation. And to be honest, I think this Chargers defense is going to be the same defense that we had last year. 17.7 points that we allowed last season. I think we're pretty much going to be at that same level again too. So that aligns a lot to 2024 Chargers to going into 2025. So yeah, I'm all for it. 31 points. Let's go. I think it's a very good chance to happen.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, look, again, one thing I've said on the AFC West podcast, and I've said it on our podcast so much, I have a different perspective on what it takes to build a team. You can't just have a mediocre offensive line. You can't just have a mediocre wide receiver. You can't just have like an okay tight end. The Chargers have always had talent, right? We've always had a quarterback and a running back and wide receivers, but we've never had an overall good team. And we now have that, right? And that's where you pay Jim Harbaugh and this coaching staff the big bucks, because guess what? They're putting the right people out there to execute their game plan 100%. And if you watch that video today, this last week about Joe Ortiz, he's like, you know what? We're still on the waiver wire. We're still looking for more talent. And what a refreshing conversation this is. Tom Telesco just sat on his butt drinking water cooler drinks and having coffee lattes. And no, we're just going to go with what we got and we're done trying to get our team better. That's just a horrible way of doing it, right? So you can always improve as you go. And it's just exciting to see what we have here. And guys, we have players on players, and our rookies haven't even seen the field yet. Trey Harris, Keandre Lambert-Smith, Oronde Gadsden. I don't think Oronde Gadsden was even suited up last week.
Yeah, he wasn't active last week. I mean, Trey Harris did have one catch. I think Keandre Lambert-Smith had one snap last week.
Yes,
too. So we got talent on talent on talent, and that's huge for us. That is absolutely huge for us. So I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited to oh wow. Brad Spicoli's over here talking about Gadsden will get his first TD, bro. And some people talked a little bit about that, saying like he could be a guy that could be suited up for this game. This could be the one where he could go out there and make things happen. But I do think the idea of having Fisk out there as an extra blocker is kind of going to potentially negate that. Now, I will say, I do think that our tight ends with Will Dissly and Tyler Conklin had some really good blocks too.
Yeah, he looked great.
Really good. And then you throw in Scott Matlock on top of that too as a lead blocker. Yeah. It's like a kind of a matchup nightmare, to be honest. Like pound for pound, like you're going to go out there and knock people around, period. Like it's great to watch, man. It is a thing of beauty, man.
Yeah. I think Fisk will be over Gadsden. You got that. You need that one guy to just lock him down. Now you could say Dissly could do it too. Dissly probably can as well. So it'll be one guy that's going to be on him. Now I'll say this: they'll probably slide Matlock on that side as well too.
Yep.
And they'll just go heavy right, and that's it. And okay, dude, shut him down. So
shut him down.
Shut him down. That's right.
Shut him down. But I know we chatted about this a little bit earlier in the morning here, but just throwing out the whole stats that PFF had, we chatted about how Joe Alt was absolutely elite week 1.
Yes, he was.
First game as left tackle as a starter for us, 91.4 pass blocking grade, first in the league, 41 pass blocking snaps, 0 pressures allowed. I mean, if you watch the video of the highlights of what he was doing, I mean, stonewalling people, basically just getting things going, just boop. Sorry, Chris Jones, you ain't going nowhere, buddy. Like, you're stuck. He was also like one-handing one other guy too with his other hand, and then with another hand just holding the wall like he's holding the door, dude. I'm calling him Hodor from now on, dude.
Yeah,
dude. Hodor.
Hodor.
He should dress up like Hodor for.
Oh my gosh!
Halloween.
Yeah. That'd be perfect,
dude. It would be awesome to see that happen. But I mean, once again, it's great to see Joe Alt out there just making things happen. Now, I will say,
oh, you got it. You got it.
Wow. Yeah. How did he have that ready to roll? I don't know. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. But I will say, I'm going to give a big shout out to Mekhi Becton, though, too, because I really think that if you watch how Bradley Bozeman played and the way that Mekhi Becton played, Bozeman had a very good game. They were rolling out Bozeman as a lead blocker, too, and he was doing great. And like you saw Zion move over essentially the center position, and he just held it down. And I think that we have a much better offensive line right now than we realized. If we had Rashawn Slater, it would have been a thing of beauty. But I think we did a great job last week against the Chiefs that I think it was a little depleted at the defensive line position, in my opinion. I don't think it was as elite as you want it to be. But what you did is you stonewalled these guys and not allowed them to basically, bully us per se.
Yep. Yeah. And again, they have a great – their pass rush is awesome, dude. Like they do a very good job of stopping the run. And look, their pass rush is elite. They have one guy, Max Crosby. The other guy, what's his name, Kuntz or whatever?
Yep, Malcolm Kuntz.
He's not good. And so, look, the Patriots line is not good. They're okay. The Raiders line is not good. They're okay, right? So I'm just saying statistics would say we should donkey punch these guys, right? It shouldn't even be close, right? So, but we'll see what happens, guys. I mean, anything can happen, right? I mean, we'll see how it plays out, and again, that's not a knock against them, right? It's the fact that it takes time to get the right players to run your system. Pete Carroll doesn't have his players, just like last year. We got what we could with the amount of money we had. Remember, we were $30 million over the cap going into last season. The fact that we were 11-6 after being $30 million over the cap and just grabbing players off waiver wires and just plugging them in. All right, man, go play, and I'm just saying it was a good credit to this coaching staff to get us to even where we were last year. So I guess that's why I'm expecting more from this season. So anyways.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't belittle Malcolm Kuntz, in my opinion. I think he's a very good edge guy too. I mean, he had 8 sacks in 2023. He was out last season with a knee injury too. So you got to kind of keep that in mind. He did get 1 sack against the Patriots last week. So I think that there is some threats there too. I think it's much more than my opinion than the Chiefs had last week. So I think we could control the line quite a bit with this one. I think our offensive line looked really good last week. I'm interested to see what the game plan is for this week.
Yeah, I agree.
Against the Raiders. So
I think it's going to be absolute destruction. What was the thing that what's his name Mike Tyson said before the fight? Vicious victory. Yeah, vicious victory. And
vicious victory.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that when he walked away with his hanging out? Oh,
So classic,
dude. That was so weird. That was like that was on Netflix, I think. It was a Netflix fight, right?
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
That's why they were able to show some butt on
That was the funniest thing ever. I love that.
We might have to make that one of our victory. Maybe. Hey, actually, after we get the victory, we'll use that clip for our little short afterwards. We'll do that again. Oh boy. Oh
so
man.
Good. So good.
So perfect.
I love it, man. Moving on to the next slide here too. I know we chatted about this. The thing about it is This wide receiver group could cook. Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston, they can cook. And last week they did great. I mean, each one of them had over about 60 yards, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. Keenan Allen led in targets 10-2. This group is going to be a problem. And Justin Herbert had that interview with Mark Sanchez. I can't remember what it's called, like Rear View or something like that. It was some Fox Sports like interview, whatnot. And, Keenan Allen said, or excuse me, Justin Herbert said the same thing about Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey. He's like, it's going to be hard for defenses to figure it out with those guys. And if you did see, there was the one play last week against the Chiefs that was just a thing of beauty where it was Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, or excuse me, not Mike Williams, sorry. Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey on the same side during the Keenan Allen touchdown. It was a thing of beauty and showed how tough it is to figure out how to cover Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen at the same time. Basically, It was kind of like a little fade route that basically Keenan Allen went to the corner. Ladd McConkey just went with just a small little slot kind of run. What it did is it basically put Jaden Hicks in spun him like a top dang near. The dude looked at it like Keenan Allen. Oh, I got to get Ladd McConkey. Oh, flat-footed Trent McDuffie on the left side. He couldn't do anything at that point. Keenan Allen straight to the end zone, touchdown, game over. It's just two guys that you have to keep your eyes on at all time, and you can't cover them all at some point in time, and it's going to be tough for these teams to figure it out. And what does that do for Quentin Johnston? He has to go against cornerback 3 at that point, maybe with a high safety looking at him at that point. But basically, he's getting a much easier matchup for him to basically find ways open. He did have 3 targets in the end zone, so he could be a very big red zone target for us this season. So it's going to be a problem, guys. It's going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I think this is a good game plan. Game plan, block Max, stop Jeanty, and score. I agree. You stop Max, you're going to be fine. I think our defense is going to be just, we should shut them down, dude. Like, I really think we should shut them down. And it's going to be exciting to see that for sure. So
let's go.
I feel like the game plan is just going to be all about this.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Oh, still one of the best shows ever on TV. That Living Color was amazing.
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to Tier Tart, aka Slap Chop Tart is what I'm gonna call him from now on. Dude. Nice. He with that 5 fingers to the face to Travis Kelce, he did get fined $12,217 or something weird like that. But shout out to him on that, man. Make that happen, dude. And he also added 3 other slaps on the ball in the game. I mean, he has in his career has not had, I think, 3 batted passes in his career, and he had it in one game against the Chiefs. So shout out to Tier Tart, man. That was awesome, dude. That was awesome to see.
Well, I'll tell you, I think this is his last year in his contract, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So he's going to be like another Puna Ford, probably walk. Of course, we got a bunch of money next year. We got money. $100 million, so we probably could pay him if we really wanted to. So we'll see how that plays out. But anyways, I mean, like I said, I just think people are sleeping on our defense too. And I just really think it's weird. It's weird how people tend to. We were the lowest scoring. I think we're the highest scoring defense in the league last season, if I remember correctly. But secondarily, we gave up the fewest amount of points as a defense last year as well too. Yeah. So I don't know. It's anyways. Anything can happen, I suppose, folks. But I do think that this is going to be one of those days where we'll be like, all right, Chargers are here to stay. Yeah. Anyways, I'm excited.
It could be more so of a statement game to just say, hey, Chargers are up 2-0 in the division. And you know what? And I've already got a meme in my head. If you've ever seen that meme of the Grim Reaper knocking on the door, and then
yeah.
That's where my head's at right now. If we beat the Raiders, that meme better be out there. That's a Bolt Bros first right now. Better get that thing queued up, ready to rip. This be a perfect meme for this situation. So if they go out there and beat the Raiders, that really shows, I think, just a little bit more eliteness potential that this team can be that team and that dog. And a lot of even people are talking about it. Are the Chargers elite? And we'll see. We've got a long season ahead, guys. A lot of things could happen. But to go on to the Raiders side and talk a little bit about the Raiders here too. So Geno Smith last week, obviously they played the Patriots. he did have a very good game, 24-34, 362 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Thing I'll say about the Raiders, though, in my notes that talking about that when I was on the Roundtable Sports podcast, they kind of had a very sloppy game. I said the analogy that I felt like it was when you put tires on the car incorrectly and you know how they're wobbling around kind of thing. You know, you're kind of driving straight, but there's kind of some wobble going on in your car. I felt like that's kind of what it was. And maybe people think I'm crazy for that, but I just didn't feel like it was a well-oiled machine in a sense.
Yep.
Like both teams kind of seemed that way. They just had to figure out how to try to win. How the Patriots and why the Patriots threw the ball, it was 40 something times. Yeah.
Crazy, right? You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, it was 46 times. And then it was only like 17 runs. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, that just does not make any sense. But
especially with Mike Vrabel, it's like, what's that all about, dude? Yeah, it's so weird.
Such an odd game plan. It just did not make any sense to me. Like, you decided to buy into, and maybe they thought, hey, a lot of young guys at quarterback, we'll just throw the ball a ton. Well, you don't have a lot of wide receivers to throw to, Patriots. So it's like, it's kind of an odd choice. But anyhow, going back to the Raiders, the big thing is, though, both teams had 9 penalties. Both teams had 4 sacks. Both teams had 1 pick. I just felt like it was equally, they made the same amount of mistakes. And I kind of expect the same thing to be this game too for the Raiders, that they're going to be a very mistake-ridden type team. They're going up against a much better defense with the Chargers, obviously. And I think that's going to be a big difference too. So anyways, one thing about Geno Smith, since he's on the screen, he had 9 completions of 20+ yards too, which is very, very big for him. So he did have a lot of explosive plays. And I do think he throws a very good deep ball too.
Yeah.
Now, go back to what his wide receivers and what he's got out there. I mean, Jacoby Myers, Jack Besh, who's a guy from TCU I liked coming out of the draft, Trey Tucker, and then Dante Thornton Jr. Those are basically the 4 guys you pretty much need to look at outside of the tight end situation of Michael Mayer, who might be the starter because we don't know if Brock Bowers is going to play.
Yeah.
He did not actually practice the last 2 days. Today, we'll kind of know what's going to happen for him if he's going to practice or not. So weapons-wise, I don't know if they have the same amount of weapons that the Chargers has. I mean, we could dig in a little bit more about the O-line too, but what's your guys' thoughts about just kind of the side of the Raiders side of things? What are they going to bring to this table?
So I don't think that they're going to bring too much, to be honest. Like, I mean, I know, like, look, I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I've been hearing what you guys are saying. Oh, excuse me. Hang on a sec. Like, what's going on with my camera?
Oh, boy.
Now he's a V cam all of a sudden.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, my bad. I must have bumped something. Whatever. Yeah. And I was saying, I'm hearing what you guys are saying, like how, like, oh yeah, like, we should be worried about them a little bit. Geno Smith is, cooked a little bit last year. He ain't gonna cook against us. He ain't gonna cook. He ain't gonna cook. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Get
cooked. He's gonna get cooked.
Yeah, he's gonna get cooked. That's for sure.
Like on a spit,
just straight up.
Trust me, you're not that guy.
Yeah, he ain't that guy. Like,
he ain't that guy.
No, I mean, look. I mean, I'm looking at the injury report right now for Brock Bowers, whatever, like that. Yeah, he did not practice on Thursday or Friday.
Yep.
We'll see what happens today though, because this is apparently the last practice before the game. But it's very, very, very unlikely he's going to play at this point, I feel like. So that's going to be a huge thing. So Mike Myers will probably get the start, which I think he actually is a pretty decent tight end as well. So, but they ain't ready. They ain't ready for us.
They ain't ready.
I think the thing is, though, if Bowers gets a limited practice, then they're going to say, okay, see how his knee feels, because it's become a knee issue from what he had last week. And, we'll see. I mean, if Brock Bowers is not out there, we're going to have kind of a similar situation to where Xavier Worthy getting knocked out. Now their number one weapon is gone at that point.
Yeah.
I did actually see that there was a stat where the amount of first downs that Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers had was pretty high. So it's kind of like that. Those guys will be the first down type guys, or third and Keenan per se for the team too. So, yeah. So anyways, what's your thoughts, Andy?
Yeah, I think, to Kyle's point, I really truly believe it's going to be a mismatch. Now, again, I'm not saying this to be rude. Again, I don't like, they're going to be a much better team this year than they've been in a long time.
Yep.
Having said that, I don't think that they're going to be a team that's really going to really be there in any way. They're not ready to be elite in any way, shape, or form. I think Geno's a good quarterback, but they don't have weapons on both sides of the ball. I think defensively they're going to really struggle. They have to win in shootouts, which is pretty much what they had last week anyways. And the Chargers defense is a much better defense than that. So I think they'll shut them down. Secondarily, it's going to be a good game for the Chargers in general, just to really maybe make a statement game in the league that, hey, Chargers are real, and we're gonna donkey punch you, if you ain't ready, right? And I just don't see, I see the matchups across the board. Again, the one thing is Max Crosby. He's the one guy you have to focus on for the Raiders on the defensive side of the ball. Other than that, I don't see anybody there that could stop him offensively, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say it comes down to a shootout, which I don't think it will. I think the Chargers still win in that shootout. So, so I guess my point is, like, in my mind, I can't see how we lose this game, but I think we might even shut it down in the fourth quarter. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I know that sounds really cocky of me to say, but they just don't have the team yet. They're not there yet.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I mean, they got some good pieces, though. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I mean, Ashton Jeanty is obviously he was the number one running back, of the draft. So, like, let's not, discredit that too much, But I'm looking at, like, they also got, Jacoby Myers, like, it's like their only other option right there, and wide receiver. And I'm just like, okay, I mean. Yeah, like, I just can't see them. They don't offensively. They're going to struggle, and apparently their guard Jackson Powers Johnson / center.
Yep.
He's also struggling too. So he is on concussion protocol. So
yep. And he didn't even practice thus far this week, and I think he could get cleared by today if he can play the game. But yeah, I mean, to your point, Kyle, there's a lot of things that with this O-line that is just a little bit bad. Like, it's not that good of a O-line. And they played against a team that doesn't have as much talent with the Patriots last week, too. I mean, we would love to just kind of pull up all the stats like what we normally do, where you can have the side-by-side comparisons, but it's only week one, guys. So, like, I don't think it's necessarily something to say, but I base a lot upon the PFF. What did they do against a team that had lesser talent with the Patriots? And how did they look? Well, it did not look good. And PFF grades for Jackson Powers Johnson was 44.1. That's bad.
Yeah.
DJ Glaze, who sounds like a glaze you throw on top of a ham for Thanksgiving.
Right. Yep.
48.2. He got carved up.
Yeah.
Like, Jordan Meredith, 63.1. It's not bad, not great. Dylan Parham, 50.5. And Colton Miller was their left tackle, 70.9. That's the only guy that really did anything at this point. And so now you got Tuli Tuipulotu to deal with, Bud Dupree, Khalil Mack, who has very good games against the Raiders, and for some reason just puts an extra gear out there every time he plays against the Raiders. This is going to be a battle of the lines at this point. If our O-line could stop basically Max Crosby, if we could basically stop Malcolm Kuntz, I think we're going to have a field day on this one. Vice versa. If their O-line can figure out how to stop our D-line, which I think is, and I'm not always going to base everything about the D-line just upon the edges of getting the sacks. Like, you also have people like a Deion Handling that could go in there and blitz, in which he did get sacks. I mean, he spied basically Patrick Mahomes a lot last week and everything too. But I think we could essentially create pressure from a lot of different directions with this one. I think even going back to Aether talking about Derwin James getting 2 sacks this game, totally possible. Put him down kind of towards the line, let him run kind of thing. So pound for pound, we got a lot more talent. And I think we could find a way to really, really make this game be a blowout.
Yeah. And again, it's let's make it clear. We're not disrespecting the Raiders, but they don't have the talent yet. Right now, their draft was awesome. In fact, it made me sick to see how good their draft was, in my opinion. I was like, dang, dude, like,
they did a good job.
They did a good job, right? But they still need more pieces, right? They just do. You need another guy on the other side that's going to be a little more effective to complement Max Crosby, right? And again, I just think, the longer I've done this channel, the more I realize you can't look at a team and go, oh, my team is going to be amazing. They're just going to be amazing. Well, why is that? Well, because they are. Well,
I think so. Yeah.
That doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
And I think, a lot of times, you sit back and want your team to be great, but if you also have to look at your team a little more critically, right? And understand kind of what you have. The Chargers have all the right pieces for what we want to do offensively and defensively. That's what we're saying. And I think that's why it should be an uneven match. I mean, it should be. It shouldn't be a close game, in my opinion, at all.
But I will say this is the season of when the Raider fans feel like they're in the all-time highs through their rosy glasses that they just think, oh, yeah, look at this. We're 1-0, boys. I don't know when the last time you were 1-0 starting the season kind of thing. So I think this is the season where the Raider fans are just at an all-time high. They feel like they're just on this hill already. We're sitting on the top of we're above the Chiefs kind of thing. It's just, this is that time of the season. They just feel that way. So pretty interesting to see. But to move on a little bit more here, to Kyle's point, he talked about it, the Ashton Jeanty side of thing. I thought this photo was hilarious. When I saw it, I thought, I could believe I could fly, or something like that. Like he's like flying up in the air or something, or maybe it's something from the Titanic. I don't know.
No, that's the Dirty Dancing thing, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be that too. Yeah. That could be that too. But Ashton Jeanty, even the stats from last week don't really tell the true story of things. He did have some pretty good rips, things that came back from penalties, all these different things. He did technically have over about 90-something yards or whatnot, but penalties kind of negated some things and everything too. He is a guy you need to keep an eye on. And, last week the Chargers did hold to the running backs, I should say, not adding Patrick Mahomes' stats, what he did with his legs. I think it was only like 40 yards too that we allowed with the running back. So I think that we are going to do well with this and making sure that Ashton Jeanty does not allow him to cook, because I think he can be the X factor to this game.
Yeah.
If they allow him to basically get things rolling through running or catching the ball, that could change up this whole method too, especially if Brock Bowers is out of this game too. I think they're going to key in a little bit more on Ashton Jeanty for this game. So,
yeah, I agree with you on that as well too. And again, I just don't see, like, I think he'll again, in order to run the ball, you have to have a good offensive line. Yep. Their line is not that great yet, right? Again, even last year, the Chargers offensive line wasn't amazing, but we've gotten better with Mekhi Becton. Again, you can arguably say we've gotten worse because, now we have Joe Alt on the left side rather than the right side. And, it'd be really nice to have, of course, Rashawn Slater, but still, I think our offensive line will outplay their offensive line, right? So, again, any way you slice it, it should be a Chargers victory. Like maybe the better way of saying it, this is our game to lose, right?
Yep.
And we talk about this all the time, James, when we play softball, we play pickleball, whatever, you don't want to play down to your opponent, right? You want to go out there and slap them in the mouth and then just get it over with. And then just demoralize them immediately. Right. And that's hopefully what we do in this game, and just get on top of them. And they're like, oh, we're done. Okay. Thanks for playing. You lost. Right. And that's what I hope happens for us in this game.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Impose your will on them. Right.
Yep.
That's the thing. Stop playing their game, play our game. And that's the one thing that I want to see from this Chargers team. The thing about it is, like, and I keep going back to the last game against the Chiefs. I think we were just like, hey, look, we're starting against the Chiefs, top team in the AFC.
Yep.
Team that we have not been able to beat. We got to go out there and make sure we got a game plan to make something happen. And going after that high of winning that, I don't want them to come into this game kind of soft and feeling like, all right, like, we did what we wanted to do week one, and then just kind of just let the second game or the next game basically just go by the wayside. This should be a very winnable game for the Chargers too, for sure. But I want them coming out their guns blazing, making it happen, dude. So
100%.
And then just to end it too here, just to talk more about this, we chatted about Max Crosby and everything too, but it is a key part of the offensive side of things. We cannot let Max Crosby do his things. Like, you got to find a way to stick him and make sure that he is stonewalled. Generally, he does play on the side of Pipkin, so keep an eye out for that side of things, and that battle will be happening there. Pipkin's obviously, to me, is always that guy that I'm going to be a little shaky about, but maybe Mekhi Becton kind of stabilizes a little bit more for an inside pass rush from Max Crosby. I feel like Max is more of a guy that goes in the outside than anything. So I think that we're going to have to play a little bit more tight end on that side just to kind of give a little bit of help. Or maybe you just end up pushing a lot more towards getting Scott Matlock to just run towards, Max Crosby and just basically hit him. Just knock him down, dude.
Yep. Yeah. You just always have an extra person on that side, whether it be Max Crosby, Disley, or somebody else. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Because then what you do is, let's say he wants to run the edge, you just force him inside, and then Pipkins, and you guys just double team him, right? And it ain't that hard in that regard, right? But again, you cannot let him wreck that game for you.
Nope.
So he's going to be the big factor for sure.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
But great matchup for this one, guys, and I'm excited about this one, and I'm excited for Monday Night Football. So 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the late Monday Night Football game. It's almost a Pac-12 after dark type situation with this one.
Yeah, right.
It's a late game, but it's a doubleheader for us, or at least for the NFL on Monday night. So we got the second game, and it's going to be exciting, guys. So I'm planning to be at the Bull Pride 602 watch party at Native Grill here in Phoenix. So come on out to that, guys. It's going to be an exciting time. Go on their Facebook, check out the whole breakdown of it if you have not. See where we meet up at. It's going to be a great time there too. There's plenty of viewing parties also too that the Chargers have actually put out there also. So there's some really, really good times. But also, once again, you go out there and represent in Las Vegas too. There's some tickets out there, about $200-something a ticket or whatnot. But it's tough to go into that stadium and want to be inside there.
You got to take a shower after you leave that stadium.
Yeah, feel like immediately. So I'm gonna try and keep doing the Twitch thing. So like if you guys are just sitting at home, if you wanted to watch the game, I may have some commentary on myself. I'm gonna keep doing that. Doing a Twitch stream live with the game, trying to make that thing happen. So like I said, though, guys, we're gonna keep doing that until like they tell us to stop. So I'm like, all right, well, let's just keep it rolling. Just keep it rolling. It's like but we'll see. We'll try and get that game up, and then we'll do a little bit of a watch party with it there. So on Twitch. But I honestly, if you are in the area of like San Diego or LA or whatever like that, there's tons of watch parties. I know Los Rayos just posted one. I repost them all the time on Instagram. So just hit them up. Like you go to any one of those things. It's always better to watch the game with the Bolt fam than just chilling at home by yourself. So yeah.
So before we go to, I wanted to throw our new merch out as well too. So we've been kind of working on this as well. So the mugs are kind of cool. I might have to buy a mug here. It's pretty dope. I mean, these 3 mugs are pretty sick. I mean, it's kind of funny.
Is that a little vain if you have bought a mug with your face on it?
I know it's great. What are you talking about? That's great.
No, it's the way to know that which mug is yours. Actually, Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have a contest of whose mug sells the most.
It's okay. It's like a popularity contest. Okay. I like that. But this is the new one too.
I'm already winning then, bros. I'm already winning.
He's already 1 mug ahead.
Oh boy. Well, we got this new hat right here, which is pretty cool. So this is like an homage to the Padres. So let us know what you guys think. Pretty cool though. Bull Bros Podcast looks pretty solid. And this is the dad hats. We could do it on the trucker hats or whatever, but it's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna probably buy a couple of these. But pretty cool stuff, man. I mean, this one looks pretty dope too. I don't love white. I don't like a dirty looking hat. You know what I mean?
Dude, so and I got the other hat in white, and that's just like the homage to the Dodgers in a sense. And honestly, throw that sucker in the washer, and you're good to go. Like you're good to go.
Yeah. It's a dad hat. You just throw it in there. All right.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But So, anyways, guys, that's the just the merch. Take a look at it. Let us know if you guys want to buy anything as well too. So it's pretty good little stuff. You want to
they don't have to know. We don't have to know if they want to buy something. They just buy something. Whatever
they
want.
I'm just saying it's an opportunity for you too. And if you guys want to see us something different, if you want the trucker hat, let us know. Go from there.
For sure.
Well, last little thoughts for you guys. Kyle, you want to start with your last thoughts, and then we'll get on out of here.
Yeah. So I'm just excited for the game. Honestly, we always will be and always have been. But this game. it's important. It's very, very important. And I think that we do have the advantage for this game coming into it. Coming off of a great win against the Chiefs, that gives us like a huge confidence boost. And the biggest thing, though, the biggest confidence boost that we got right now is that Justin Herbert's playing like Tom Brady right now. Ever since he's been with Madison Beer, he's playing a whole nother level right now. He's leveled up. His confidence level is gone sky high right now. And I think there's I hope that we're gonna see what we saw last year, out of him, because 3 interceptions all year long, straight up, just playing. He's going into God mode now, and that's what I kind of wanted to see going into this game. Quentin Johnston coming off a great win too, 2 touchdowns. Just his confidence is boosted, whatever that. Like I said, maybe just getting clocked in the face, unlocks something in his head, and maybe he's playing God mode now too, So let's see him double those numbers that he had against the Raiders last year, So let's see some stuff unlocked. And so, but I feel like the Chargers definitely have the advantage this game, and I think that Pappy's score prediction is correct. 31-17. Let's make it happen, boys. Let's go.
Let's go. Andrew.
I think bottom line, this shouldn't even be a game. I mean, if we don't at least win by 10 points, I would be shocked. I mean, I would be surprised. But, and again, I'm not, no disrespect to the Raiders. I think it's going to take a while for that team to really gel and be what, Pete Carroll wants them to be. That's just how football works, guys. You don't just snap your fingers and then the team just all of a sudden becomes good. Yes, coaching staff helps change the culture of the team, but it still takes some time for that team to get the right personnel to execute that person's vision. So, I think they got a couple of years at least ahead of them. Now, I'll say this: the Chargers, I think, in every metric, should beat them in any way, shape, or form. Defensively, offensively, across the board. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I think we at least win by 10 points. So, we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. This should be a fun game. And 2-0, baby. That's what I'm expecting.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, my last final thoughts here too, man. It's I was thinking about when Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll played against each other, USC, Stanford, and the whole Pete Carroll going up to Jim Harbaugh saying, "What's your deal? Huh? What's your deal?" Because he, just basically loaded up on him, scored a ton on him and everything too. So, what's the deal in front of us right now? Chargers should win this one. And I think it's going to be an exciting game for the Chargers side of things. I think it's one of those games that could potentially solidify the Chargers as an elite potential team. Now, I'm not saying that Raiders are an elite team, but we have beat an elite team in the week prior. I think we just got a better pound for pound situation here too. So, I was also just going to throw one thing out there too, guys. And I know, and I don't want to get too crazy and too depth on it or anything, but we live in a country that has a lot of freedoms, guys. And, these freedoms should not be, I guess, gray area or anything like that too. Freedom of press, freedom of speech and everything too. And violence is never the answer, guys. So be respectful of everybody. But this week we could be disrespectful to the Raiders. So FTR all day, guys.
Yep.
Every day, all day, every day. So let's get it, guys. So I can't wait for this one.
Awesome. It's going to be a fun one, guys.
That's right.
All right. Well, we're the Bolt Bros. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Let's get it.
Right.
Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.